When should you transition your beds from summer to fall? Successful gardens all have one thing in common, and that's timing. If you do not get the timing part right, it doesn't matter how healthy your seeds are, how healthy the soil is. The weather will decide if that plant will do well or not. So if you want a fall garden and you want a really simple timeline to follow, make sure you save this video because I'm about to break it down. Now with gardening in the spring, all gardeners are working off something called a last frost date. It is the last date that historically they're going to experience 32 degrees or lower. But in the fall season, all gardeners start to work off a first frost date, which is just the first day of the year that you're going to hit 32 degrees in that fall season. It's that freeze point that's going to decide how long that you have to plant all of your crops. But not all your crops take the same amount of time to reach maturity. When you actually transition your beds from summer to fall really depends on the crop that you plan to plant in that bed. For example, carrots. They take roughly 60 to 90 days to reach maturity. If you want to plant carrots, you have to plant them about 8 to 9 weeks before your first frost. But they can take a first frost. So if they don't reach full maturity at first frost, they can still go and you can harvest them even in spring. But lettuce only takes anywhere between 30 and 60 days. So you don't have to get those in right away 8 weeks before first frost. You can plant your lettuce anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks before your first frost. What if you wanted to plant garlic? You want to plant garlic in your fall beds a whole lot later than all your other crops. That one can go in about 2 to 4 weeks before your first frost date. So if you're growing a crop like peppers that will produce all the way until like late fall, that would be a good bed to go ahead and transition for garlic because garlic goes in so late. So instead of just giving you a single date to work off of, I want you to go on the internet and find out what your historical first frost date is and then count backwards. Depending on where you're at, this is going to be the schedule that you're going to follow. So if you have about 100 days before your first frost date, that's a really good time to start those long season fall crops like broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower. And usually it's about that 100-day mark before first frost. That's when I'll start getting everything planned out and when I'm going to start transitioning every single bed. Because again, they're not going to be transitioned at the same time. Transitioning doesn't mean ripping out your entire summer garden in just like one day, but you transition those summer beds according to what you want to plant in them later on in the fall season. So again, real quick, get your first frost date. How many days left do you have? You're going to check the schedule that I gave you in this video and see where you're at and what you can go ahead and get planted. And before you plant anything, I want you to check on the back of the seed packets. It'll have a days until maturity. Double check that just to make sure you're well within range. And if you're a new gardener and you want to see exactly how I transition my beds from summer to fall, we are going to be doing that here real soon. So if you're a visual person like I am and you want more of a step-by-step on exactly how to do it, then make sure you're following my page because we are about to start all the fall planting here soon. Fall is my favorite season to plant in. So if you want to learn more and this is your kind of content, again, make sure you're following my page because I'm here to help you grow, and I'll see you in the next video.